As soon as film expires, it becomes a gamble to trust. But what happens when the film is older than Microsoft Word? We think we can still get an image? This canister of film is Kodak TRI-X 400 from 1985. I had to bulk load it onto a random canister of Fomopan 400 I had laying around. And then I had to cut the film leader so that the camera would actually easily take it up, so that I get as many photos as possible, so that the film loader doesn't burn all of my film that I'm loading on. And this camera is actually the same camera that was used in the movie Civil War by that girl that was shooting film. If only I knew I would be such a pretentious hipster when I first saw the movie. So yeah, I got this camera, and since I have to expose the film at ISO 25, I mean somewhere between 25 and 50, I had to use a flash. And also the fact that I'm going to be using f8 for street photography doesn't help. I first took the photo of the train just to see how the camera reacts if the film is winding well, and then I saw that car, which was all over Stockholm apparently. And this time I tried to use flash indoors, which I'm really afraid of. I'm kind of petrified, but you know, I had to do it. I'm just all the time thinking, like hoping that the photos actually come out good. And then I saw this dog. I was thinking I can use the asphalt as a kind of silhouette for the dog to sit on. All of this is using flash, and I have to use the correct distance because I didn't know exactly how the flash would illuminate the scene, and just have to constantly remind myself of the distance. This poor bird was in for a treat, so I had to flash it. I was trying to take another shot of the bird. I had to kind of try to follow it, like, come over here. And it was running away from me, so I had to like just shoot it as it was flying away. And so because I'm using distance meter on the lens itself, I wasn't actually focusing the majority of these photos. And yeah, I thought these kids were annoyed at me taking the photo, but they were like, come take more pictures of us. So I just joined. And yeah, I took this one. This photo I tried shooting without a flash because I didn't want to disturb the kids, you know, they were like in their element, and also because I just wanted to see how the camera would react at a low shutter speed. It was 1/8 for that one, and this one is like all of the other flash photos, 1/60th of a second. And then I saw these like two guys racing on kid bikes, and then a random guy getting evicted by the cops from the park. So I thought it would be great to just capture it. But I still shot it without flash for this one. It's pretty useless to use the flash at this distance. And then the second one, this looks like, you know, the guy was defeated by the other one. Then I saw a random apple in a ditch. I mean, I don't know if you can really call it a ditch. And I keep forgetting to turn on my flash. In half of these videos you can't really see that the flash is on, but here I took it off again because I saw this kid that reminded me of myself, you know, having fun with a car, and that was like a 1 second exposure, so I kept thinking like I'm gonna have a lot of motion blur. Then I went for a break, had a nice ice cream, I suppose. I don't know if you can, it's called a luxury shake, I don't even know what it is, I just know it's tasty. And then I saw this lady that was just sleeping, and the two kids told their mom, like, look, he's taking a photo. I used their attention to make it look like they were judging the woman that was sleeping, instead of judging me as the photographer. For this photo, I don't know why, but for the life of me, I just can't find the negatives to scan them. But I did take the photo. And in general, I really enjoy capturing motion, and I'm just trying to capture these day-to-day moments. For example, this older gentleman looking at records. And fun fact, the older the people I photograph are, the less they care about the flash. So the younger they are, the more they're like scared of the flash, or that they get like bamboozled. And the older they are, they just do not care. Like here. And I was like following this gentleman for like 2 minutes straight. And then I realized, I can use the landscape of the stairs. And I accidentally scared like 2 young people over there. Yeah, they got bamboozled. And so, yeah, they didn't want me to use the flash in the subway system, so I was like, sure. And yeah, now it was time for the development, so I had to unload the film in total darkness again, which is a real pain because my bathroom has leaks inside of the hinges, so you never know if you're gonna fog up the film or not, but I was just trusting it at that point. So I needed some ice to quickly cool down the developer, and spoon alert, only a spoonful. So I had to cool it down so that it has to be around 20 degrees Celsius, and just real quick, you know, went through the whole process. And the problem is, I don't know if you can tell on my box or not, but my developer had leaked all over the place. And that was apparently because the paper that's supposed to protect it just rots. I don't know, that's a really bad design. That why would you use paper and not plastic on top of it? But anyways, I had to clean that up to just, you know, prevent any microscopic or small particles from ending up in the film canister while developing. So I did it again, and yeah, now it seems to be much cleaner. And I just checked it against the light, poured in the developer, started the developing process. And the thing is, you have to develop it for like at least 2 minutes straight, since the film is so old and the gelatin is starting to become weak. And here's my fixer inside of the yogurt can. And yeah, then I had to, well, pour out the developer, and that color is, you know, not normal. It's not supposed to be that dark when it comes out. It's a little lighter usually. But anyways, then we put in the fixer. At that point I was bored, so I was just trying to make it more fun. And then you do that to take out the bubbles. And the thing is, the fixer is actually reusable. I think this is like the 15th roll of film I use this fixer for, when you're supposed to not use more than 10. And then I did some water wash, since I didn't want the film to be, you know, full of small botches. So yeah, I look like the guy that would go into a pizza store and ask for 500 pizzas for the homeless, you know, like. And I was really happy because I actually got something. It's very uncommon to get shots from a 40-year-old roll of film, and it seemed like the majority of them are fine. And I let it out to dry in the bathroom. I mean, all of my setup is so rudimentary. It's very embarrassing, but I try my best. You know, like, I don't want to give it to a lab, since I want to have the entire control. And some of the film is actually a little cracked because the gelatin is weak, which I did not realize. I had to be more cautious with the film, but oh well. I mean, it gave a cool aspect to the shots, and it was such a pain to actually load the scanner with these plastic holders, because they are, you know, DIY as well, 3D printed. And I had my strips ready, and I just put them in. And my scanner is actually, well, 20 years old. It's an Epson 3170. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day. Like and subscribe.